Hey guys, I'm Papa Pete, and I'm here today to take a reflection on the video that Tommy Tallarico and the Intellivision team released on New Year's Day, the first video of 2021 for the upcoming Intellivision Amico, and it's on the game that we're all waiting for, one of the great remasters from the original Intellivision system, Astrosmash. One of the games I'm most looking forward to, and amazingly, a pack-in title for the game when the Amico comes out later on in 2021. It's been about a year. It was January of 2020 that I did my first reflection video on Astrosmash, the video that was released back at that time. And there's been some pretty significant changes. I didn't want to jump right on the video after it was released. I often do that instead of jumping right out, trying to be the first one to get a reflection video out. I like to sit back and just sort of contemplate, watch it, see what I like and what I don't like about it, see what other people have to say about it as well, and see if it's the same as the way I'm feeling. But anyway, guys, let's take a look at the video. There's a lot of really positive things that I see here, and a lot of great improvements that I've seen since last year at this time. Let's take a look. Alright, so the video starts. Tommy's in that great big office now. Of course, they moved into their new offices in Intellivision Entertainment not long ago, but COVID's putting a real kibosh to everything. I mean, they can't even get together to work on it. That's why it's kind of amazing that they're managing to progress as much as they are, given the circumstances. Where I'm personally from, it's not hitting us as badly. It's getting worse and worse all the time. I can't even imagine some of these areas like California is so heavily hit with COVID. But anyway, so we got Tommy and software technical director John Alvarado, who's been with them a lot, showed us a lot of different things with the system, working on the hardware, working on the software. And it's great to see the actual Amico hooked up to the television the way it is, which we've kind of waiting to see the UI. And this isn't a final version of the UI that we're going to see here, but it's a pretty good representation. I don't know if you guys capture any video very often or not, but the setup that he has there is the Amico goes into the capture device, which then goes to the television, into the computer, which captures the actual video. Exact same setup that I use here when I'm capturing video for use in my videos. So yeah, I got to capture gameplay. That's the way you do it. So lots of different stuff around. It's neat to see the prototypes around. I don't know if that's even a prototype. I think he says it's sort of a just a case that they're, I mean, they have to have these things laying around everywhere, right? Not 100% done, but I mean, like they say, they're in the 90s, 90% done if they could just get past this. So it was nice to see the Amico there. You got a white one, you got the brown one that's hooked up, which looks like, I don't know if that's the wood grain or just sort of like a regular demo version, but the controllers are what interest me the most. It's neat to see this splash screen as it's booting up. I don't think it's going to be final. I think he says right that right in there that it's not going to be final. But what a great way to do it. I mean, homage to the old Intellivision, which is really important to me because the old Intellivision system is like the most important thing to me. That's why I love the Amico. I love the original Intellivision. Opens up with the splash screen that we all know. Here's something you didn't know. The voice that says Amico at the end of that little splash screen is actually Tommy's brother. Found that out the other night. It was kind of neat to hear, but I can't remember what video it was or what whose interview that was in. He was around for a chat that I did with Cyrus Martin, the video game virus, and Tommy was there in the chat. So it might have been during that or some other video that I saw. Maybe it was the one actually Cyrus did with Tommy afterwards. It said it was his brother that did that voice. There's the UI. Is it final again? I don't know. There's a lot of Easter eggs in there too, actually, because there's different games named. Of course, you can see Colossal, Crash, the Hot Wheels game, which was what was known as Slip Sliders at one time or something like that. But anyway, it's the Hot Wheel game. There you see Shark. Look how it's broken down. You can see all kinds of different genres. Really neat. There it is, Colossal Crash for Hot Wheels. So that's what that game has been changed to throughout the development, which is great. I mean, it's a Mattel license. Hot Wheels, can't beat that. And here we go with Astrosmash. It's a very interesting font right there. It's almost like a Terminator font or something. I don't know. Kind of interesting. Anyway, and then of course your splash screen and a great intro to that game. We had seen that screen before somewhere. I don't know exactly when or where that was, but anyway, so it loads up. They're playing with the actual controllers, Bluetooth or however it hooks up. And this is sort of neat too, where you could select 4 different, you have your choice of 4 different ships. straight bottom shooter. Of course, that's necessary because I believe you can have up to 4 players playing at the same time. So you're going to be able to have to tell each other apart. So that's great. Now there's all kinds of different ways you can play this. Like these guys are playing co-op, and if you look at they're accumulating the same score. The score is down in the lower left-hand corner. The 0 on top, I don't know exactly what that is. I think it's still a remnant of some sort of testing stage from it. The 0 that's over top of that. But anyway, the score is a co-op score. I believe there's also going to be a version of this game where both players will have their own individual scores as well. Man, I mean, just look. If you look back a year ago at the clips that we had, the background is incredibly improved right now. Also, they showed last year at this time, they showed 2 different players on the screen, and they were the same ship. So now they've incorporated that into it. Look down in the lower right-hand corner, and there's a great homage to, well, there go 2 of them, a great homage to the original Mattel Intellivision Astrosmash, when the extra men, the men that they have left, are actually the symbols from the original Astrosmash game. Yeah, I don't know. It's just something else. The backgrounds are amazing. Look at the trails behind the asteroids. Even the explosions. It's phenomenal. We haven't even talked about sound yet. The sounds in this game, when we saw it a year ago, the sound was it was just like music played over top. There was no actual gameplay sound. Whereas the sounds that you're hearing now, and I'll turn them up in a little while, when they get into the sounds, into the actual gameplay more. These are the sounds from the actual game, the music from the game, and it's phenomenal because the pace of the music goes with the pace of the action on screen. Speaking of the action on screen, something else that he mentions in here is that as more players are playing the game, the number of enemies or asteroids or whatever increases along with that number. So it almost learns. It's going to give you as much as you can handle for 1 player, but if there's 2 players, it's going to give you that much more because, I mean, you can handle more. That's very intuitive. I really think that's a great idea that the game can adjust like that. Astrosmash itself was one of the very first games I remember where, speaking of the original, this is absolutely beautiful. One of the very first games where when things get by you, the asteroids actually hit the ground, you lost points. You got points for shooting them, and you lost points when they get by you. And that's reflected, that's kept right into this game. You can see it reflect in the score as you're watching. And now we're looking at some actual full gameplay. Listen to that music. Wow, that's something else. Just beautiful. You look at the men, you get different power-ups on the screen. Okay, you just saw a shield. One character has a shield there. The asteroids, you hit them for a while. Now one's firing a plasma gun and one's firing like just a regular rocket. He just hit a plasma power-up. And then the other one hit a double power-up. So you get different types of power-ups for different kinds of weapons, which you couldn't, of course, do that in the original game. What a great addition. There's look like a nuke, and it blows up everything on the screen. Probably doesn't destroy everything on the screen, because if you have a large asteroid, it'll just break into a smaller asteroid. Now these are really neat. Those are the spinners. If you remember the spinners, if they reach the ground in the original asteroids, Astrosmash, you died. Okay, so they had to do that, but they did it a different way. They're going to show it here shortly, but you take that's just a transition from the screen. That's not an actual in-game transition. But if they get to the ground, it's almost like it goes out sideways and destroys all the characters that are on the screen. That right there, I want to talk about the level transition. The incorporation of levels into this is an excellent idea because it gives you a couple different things to do. First of all, you get to change your background, and the backgrounds are so detailed and so beautiful in this game. I don't know. It's just going to be wonderful to look at. And the music is also reflects in the background. You'll notice that later on when there's like an Egyptian background and the style of music changes a little bit. Plus, the intensity, again, like I said before, of the objects on the screen is reflected in the music as well. So I don't know, it's something else. That was phenomenal. That big missile, big meteor shower just coming down like that. It's awesome. Here we have the first time ever in Astrosmash, the first boss battle. Never did they have anything like that in the original, but it's just a fantastic addition. Something that's sort of expected in games. I can remember Phoenix first brought it in, Demon Attack had it for the Intellivision, and it really is a fabulous addition for Astrosmash. It doesn't have to overtake the general fun of the game. It doesn't change what Astrosmash was originally. It's just strictly additions that make it that much better. And then, of course, after your battle, you take off into space. And I started to say this earlier, I really didn't finish my train of thought. But the incorporation of levels into it and the transitions like that also gives you a little bit of a pause. I can remember playing the original Astrosmash, and it was unrelenting. When things come at you at higher speeds, it just never, ever stopped. And man, at least now you get a little bit of a break in between levels. I like the UFOs in this too. The UFOs look really neat. They drop missiles that you can't destroy, and they aren't destroyed in just one hit. But a little bit of strategy involved there. That's great. And you know, the idea there is in higher levels, I suppose you could make them take more hits, make them drop quicker missiles. You could do all kinds of different things with that as the game goes on. Wow. Here's the Egyptian scene that I was talking about with the pyramids in the background. And let's listen to this music for a second.
All right, so there you go. There's a little bit of...
all right. Something else. Wow. You know, guys, I am looking forward to this game even more now than I was before. They've added so much to this game in the last year of development. They've added, of course, the levels into play, which I've said about that. I just love that idea. It gives you a little bit of a break, plus it gives you a feeling of progression and a feeling of accomplishment as you go through. It also gives you the opportunity to change those backgrounds to give different things, improve the enemies, have clear expectations as you're progressing through the game, and basically gives you benchmarks to try to achieve. The sounds, not only the music, but the sound effects are phenomenal. We hadn't heard any sound effects before, and now we have. So that's got that. Those are really just enticing things. They sound so fabulous on there. It's going to be an excellent game. One thing I didn't mention earlier on is, do you notice Tommy right towards the beginning? I'll show a little clip of it now. How he's talked before about the rotational gamepad overall for the system, and he shows an example of it there in Astrosmash, where he's playing it like a regular gamepad, like an NES pad. And then if he wants to turn it vertically so you could use it like the original Intellivision gamepad, you can do that. If you're left-handed, you can turn it the opposite orientation. What an amazing thing to be able to do, and be able to do it on the fly. That's special, and you see it happen here in this video. Anyway, guys, you know, that's the way I feel about Astrosmash. I'm really looking forward to it, and frankly, to think that this is going to be one of the pack-in games that comes with the system once again, that's an absolutely wonderful thing. That's it. That's it for me today. Don't forget to hit like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for spending a little bit of time watching some Astrosmash with me, and we'll see you next time. Take care.
Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. If you haven't grown up by the age of 50,
You're watching Papa Pete, the old guy gamer.
What the hell?